And we're signing off. Thank you, Commanders Derpy Squatch and Mousy, for all your help running ATC. We couldn't have done it without you.
Yes, victory! I did it! In your face at Ryan University. I beat you fair and square. In your face! I win, you lose.
Now steady on now, sir. You didn't do it all on your own.
Oh yes, I suppose you're right. I was helped by some of the other Canonn commanders. Victory for Canonn!
Oh, come on now. It wasn't just Canonn. Really, we were just a small part of it, and we had lots of help from all the other independent commanders who worked day and night loading and unloading our carriers for us.
Really? You expect me to give those people credit?
Of course you should. Well over 1,000 people signed up to help the Scriveners, and every contribution, no matter how small, led to victory for them.
Really, Powell? This kind of talk will get you nowhere. You'll never be as admired and successful as me if you don't embellish your achievements a little. Oh look, there's the Orion University Fleet Carrier. Watch me do a victory roll.
Please be careful, sir. This cutter doesn't handle like other ships.
Woohoo! In your face, Orion University! We won! Oh! It's not turning, Powell!
Careful, you're going to hit the tower!
Ah, why isn't it stopping?
Taking damage. Shields offline.
Oh, whoopsie. Take that, you crusty academics. Oh, they're shooting at us. Stop it at once, you jumped-up polytechnic.
Sir, we have a leak in the fusion exhaust.
A leak in the what?
A leak in the fusion exhaust. It's leaking into life support.
What's wrong with your voice? Is it serious?
It's not life-threatening.
Stop using that ridiculous tone. Hey, what's happening?
It's the fusion exhaust. The hydrogen fuel is fused into helium. That's why we sound funny.
This isn't funny at all. I'm supposed to be going on Hutton Radio. I can't go on sounding like this.
It's too late. Our mics are live.
Hang on a minute. That's my line. Someone get LCU on the line, quick.
Which line?
The phone line. He trumped me good and proper there. First week I'm back in ages, and he's robbed me.
The rotter. A rotten robber.
Run around the rugged rock?
It's just wrong.
Really?
Yes. Really wrong that the rotten robber ran round the rugged rock.
In socks.
It looked like Uggs to me, actually.
Okay, I'm confused. Why is LCU running round and round a rock on that planet's surface?
I think he's trying to find some bacteria.
Well, somebody get in touch with him. I want a word.
It's okay, I'll send him a gal text. LCU, stop. Running around rugged rock in socks, stop. 21 wants his line back. Hope bacteria nice. Speak soon, stop.
Perfect. Right, where were we? Some headlines. Let's just hope he hasn't robbed the bongs as well. Let's give them a go. Around the verse in 80 weeks.
It's hanky time. Again.
Mad Monk's gift shop funds floating missionary position.
Carry-on carrier crew makes a boob.
A party? In Sol? On Earth? Will wonders never cease?
Teeny tiny tear in space-time.
And it's time for space news from around the galaxy.
Throughout the annals of time, there have been people who, instead of working towards winning a race, or getting things over and done with quickly, they decide to do things the difficult way, the Hutton way. Get to the top of a volcano for charity? Why not do it whilst really unfit, on a bike, then hike in the dark wearing a kilt? Having been out on the lash the night before, raced across a planet's surface on a Hutton event for hours on end? Why not do it in open, knowing full well the pirates know where we are and are inbound to cause trouble? Do a marathon? Yeah, wear a diving suit. Take a week, maybe 2. One commander has taken this philosophy to heart, deciding that Round the Verse event from yesteryear was far too easy if you dedicate a couple of days or maybe weeks to the activity in the fastest ship that you can manage, or that taking a Sidewinder and earning plaudits for having the highest odometer reading in the galaxy for that particular ship was so 3305. He decided that the only way to do it with style was to take 2 years. 4,712 jumps and 270,000 light years later, his rather battered ship made it back to Hutton space. The self-imposed rules? Well, scan everything en route. Explore everything. Every rock, every planet, every strange phenomenon. For the nicest places, every system within 50 light years would be scanned to within an inch of its life. Commander Pitstarter, we salute you in the best way possible, with a Hutton mug, your very own Hutton mug. This epic journey and all the data gathered will be long remembered. We hope that a nice shower over at the Orbital was waiting for you and that you remembered to avoid Cubicle 3. And if you didn't, well, I suppose it's an appropriate reintroduction to Hutton society. Congratulations, and you can truly say that you did it for the mug.
King Hanky, the pilot about whom whole volumes are written. The 1001 Nights have nothing on this pilot. The Hutton incident log has a whole ring binder dedicated to apologies. If a mishap can happen, then it's to the Hanky we all look first. And this week is no exception. We know it can't be easy having that many clones about the place and remembering where you left them all, which one owns which fleet carrier, and of course his expenses submissions must be up there. You know, with the particle physics and entropy calculations in the maths department. It was inevitable. He'd take his eye off one of the clones and someone would get left behind. After all, not only has he managed to fly off from Colonia with someone else's ship on board before, we're pretty sure that he flew off at one point on his own fleet, on one of the Colonia clone carriers, and had to pay a small fortune to get back. Or if he hasn't, he will. This time, though, it was the Rampage. The Hanky parked up in what he thought was the right carrier, flipped the switch that says everyone bugger off and stop bothering me, and closed all the landing pads, as he does when he does a bit of a spring clean. Unfortunately, he was on the wrong megaship. The one over at Titan's daughter. The one Rampage was hitching a lift on. He duly flew off in it, until he got a rather terse message from Rampage, asking in rather Anglo-Saxon terms to turn his arse around and come back, as Rampage didn't like the look of all the nasty Thargoids floating about the place, and wasn't in the kind of ship that you really want to be making the trek back to the bubble in. This is an appeal to anyone with a carrier near Titan's daughter. We don't suppose you might be able to pop over and pick up the Rampage before he has a nasty pilot to Thargoid incident of the probing and screaming variety. Please. Oh, and just so he doesn't feel left out, an honourable mention in the appendix for that other, often mentioned Hutton commander, Nocti. Yes, he's still attempting to 3D print a full-sized Farragut somewhere out by Hutton. But after an incident of the accidentally left one of the pieces lying around kind, he's managed to reprint the entire left-hand side a second time, forgetting that there's only one left-hand side on each ship. So, if anyone wants the left-hand side of a Farragut, there's a spare going.
As reported recently here on Hutton Orbital News, permits are a thing that people care about. It all starts with the permit for the starter area, those systems where you're not allowed to be too powerful, or shooty, or full of missions, or money or cargo. It's the only permit in the galaxy that you can actually lose. From there, it moves on to some of the other permits, ones you have to get by being lovely to factions and helping them out. Do the right thing, and they'll do the right thing unto you, also known as letting you pop in for a cup of tea. Then there are some permits that aren't permitted, areas that say you need a permit to get into them, but someone left them lying around somewhere and can't remember where that somewhere was. There are permits you get by being awesome, or maybe just doing the same thing over and over again until you get a gold star for your lapel, like those you get in McThargoys when you've learned to put the chips into the right tub, upside down, in the bag. They let you go and play in Shinrata, or that strange one where CQC pilots hang around and swap stories about that one guy who turns up in a Sidewinder and destroys everyone. However, the Pilots Federation has put together a new plan to help prevent permits being withheld from pilots who positively must find a pad there. They've given all permit authorities permission to have a nice, shiny megaship in a nearby system. This happens to include the Mad Monks of Van Marnen, who have sold enough in their gift shop to be able to put together their mobile missionary position over in Epsilon Eridani, somewhere that even if you can't get to in Van Marnen, you can make your devotions and your deposits and take the Mad Monk sacrament. Hutton's local office are up in arms as the Mad Monks have been given a freebie pass to spread their particular brand of pseudo-religion in Epsilon Eridani without going through the necessary steps to earn their place through a well-placed expansion. Normally, of course, not possible, as that would mean taking the system over first, and we know that's not going to happen. Anyway, the Mad Monks are in the Epsilon Eridani system aboard the megaship Shadows Endurant, and they've got a shiny concourse where you can pop in and say hi. Just don't let it become a habit.
I have been asked to issue apologies from the crew of the FTM Isfahan. The newly commissioned FTM Isfahan is the second carrier to bear the name, and this is her maiden voyage to the stars. Her previous incarnation carried out 2 deep space expeditions before being traded in earlier this year. Captain Eros Madelung took measures to ensure that this time round some issues which had plagued previous trips were addressed, the main issues being a shortage of gravy, Henderson's relish and free bentos pies in the galley, Captain Madelung's chronic lack of a sense of direction, a persistent smell of vapour up in the senior officer's accommodation deck, no proper padding in the captain's chair resulting in a bad case of square arse syndrome, and all of the soap dispensers being filled with KY jelly instead of hand sanitizer. Sadly, it appears that Flight Officer Lou Bricant got a bit carried away with himself in his first ever bridge watching charge. Instead of making one jump and awaiting further instructions from the captain, Flight Officer Bricant made a second unscheduled jump, egged on by the rest of the bridge watch, who told him loudly that he was the man. He was not the man. And as a result of this, the crew of the FTM Isfahan would like to make the following apologies. To Commander El Masri, who did not receive his alarm call and was left behind after the first jump. Commander Overlight, who caught up to the FTM Isfahan after the second jump, only to be left behind when it jumped back for El Masri. Major General Nocte Vegas, who also didn't receive an alarm call and was left behind at Hutton. Commander Bapsta, who spent far too much time jumping his Dukes of Hazzard SRV across ravines and got left behind. And of course, Captain Eros Madelung himself, who spent too long on the surface base looking for connectors to make a Betamax video recorder work with holodisplay and got left behind by his own ship. But mainly, we would like to apologise that Captain Madelung never found the connectors, so everyone will have to watch Bapta's collection of Carry On films on pancake mode, except for Barbara Windsor, who will be in 3D. We are very, very sorry. Sanitation operative lubricant can be found in Waste Tube 3 Alpha, where his enthusiasm has been channeled productively.
The Pilots Federation have declared that as it's nearly time for the traditional midwinter celebrations started millennia ago on Earth, they really ought to be chucking a bit of a party. They've chosen Cambridge-on-Sea. Global warming, ice caps, sea levels, all that jazz, in what used to be South Britain, somewhere in the region that at one time used to be Europe over on Earth. The original one, in the Sol system. Earth is not a very hygienic place these days. We rather left it in a bit of a mess when we headed out into the stars. All those nice, new, unspoiled Earth-likes. Just lift up one edge of the galactic carpet and sweep the old one under it. Stamp on it a bit so it doesn't leave a trip hazard and hope that the next tenant doesn't spot it before paying their deposit. That said, the Pilots Federation quite like Earth, so they're allowing a specially permitted 100 to come to the festive celebration, complete with traditionally bearded red suit wearing old chap, a few space moose masquerading as Prancer and Dancer, and they've applied some glow-in-the-dark paint to someone's nose and planning on reinvigorating everyone with some traditional Yuletide wassailing. There are rumours that there will be representatives from Canonn, Interstellar, Lave Radio, Hutton and many others in attendance, and at least one corner of the event will be pink. Ever so pink, as Sally will be holding court and doing her best not to cry happy tears at the warm welcome she'll be getting from everyone. As part of the biosecurity arrangements and in deference to the slug people of Wolf 1481, all attendees will be searched and anyone bringing any salt will be forced to stand in the cold outside and only be allowed to participate by waving through the windows. Commanders are reminded that in order to prevent an outbreak state in Sol, they should swab themselves thoroughly before attending, and of course wear an approved pumpkin hat with biological filters on it to ensure that no one catches mods. There are rumours that the bar staff have been asked to actually serve drinks, and not trade in cat videos and settlement defence plans, as you can't get smashed on settlement defence plans.
Presently, the situation in Hutton space is very much the calm after the storm. Well, the calm after a moderate breeze, perhaps, leaving us with no active adverse states. Not one. The Hutton Master Control Situation Control Board Threat Indicator panel is all blue. With no fewer than 4 adverse states affecting Hutton systems last week, including outbreaks in the Epsilons, the traditional infrastructure failure in Y0855-0714, and a fleeting pirate attack in Kokari, all is serene once again, albeit temporarily. Did anyone feel that small vibration this morning? That rumble in the ether? That tremor in George's pants? That smelled like a small tear in the space-time continuum? Yes, Barnard's star has hauled itself above 40% for the first time in, well, I can't remember. Since Lord Braben was in short pants at least. Closer to 41 than 40. Well, aren't we all? It's still in need of some love, and now is a good time to give it, as the minor factions are about to resume their interminable squabbles. But always, and as always, it's a big but, 2 of the systems have slid below 40% in the week. Epsilon Indy is recovering from a longer than anticipated and more virulent outbreak of space lurgy that scientists have designated the Epsilon variant. The Ross 671 has sunk like a stone by 12 points in the week for no reason that is conspicuously apparent. On a brighter note, Hillpar Psi has recovered to a respectable 46%, so well done to the truckers that put in a few shifts and improved matters. Operation Backpedal proved to be a resounding success as Hutton successfully lost the war in LP 410-93, the latest in a long line of dumps that we didn't want to expand into by an underwhelming margin of 4-0. At the overachieving end of the Hutton Systems League, we have 7 systems above 60%, including 3 over 70. But one of these is one we want to be over 70, which is good, right? Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. Priorities this week are to boost Hutton influence in Ross 671, Epsilon Indy, and of course, Barnard Star.
The galaxy is vast, with huge areas of nothingness, with almost unimaginable distances between objects. But that never stops our community from organising events and doesn't stop the community members from coming together to take part. Here's this week's roundup of the news about just some of these events. As usual, links will be posted in Twitch chat and also in the description of the YouTube upload. The Comfy Canonn cruise has reached venerable stats by now, and although it's not the longest expedition that the galaxy has ever seen, it's not exactly just popping down to the shops, and that might mean that they may be running low on supplies, as Commander Mephisto has sent us this message, written on the back of an old shopping list. It was smooth sailing for the Comfy Canonn cruise last week, making its way towards the Milky Way centre. At waypoint 96, P02 type anomalies could be admired. The next waypoint had gypsium bell mollusks to play with. Waypoint 98 was the system called Collection of Wonders. The two main bodies are black holes orbited by unusual ring stars, an M-class star, a Newton star, as well as a white dwarf. At waypoint 99, two Lutetium Lagrange storm clouds containing K12 type anomalies were an invitation to do science, as well as rhodium sinuous tubers on landable moons. Today, Khonsu arrived at waypoint 100, so Crosium globe mollusk can be investigated. Khonsu is only around 2,000 light years from Colonia and will get even closer within the next few jumps. The Wild Wild West, just a little less wild and a little less westward this week. Commander Quicksilver has been selected to send us this week's update. News of how they're about to go to the galaxy, and in our estimation, flying high above the galactic plane and through swathes of uncharted space saw the expedition arrive at waypoint 12. It was quite a photogenic system, offering up views of the red giant and its sibling binary pair of red dwarf stars. Our miners beavered away to ensure all the carriers had enough tritium stocks for the waypoints ahead, in largely remote locations. This week we shall reach the heady heights of waypoint 13, the highest point of the expedition, breaking new ground as we go. There is much to be discovered as we slowly head our way back towards the bubble. Expedition All Clouds in the Sky is underway, slowly. I can't help feeling that Commander Deluvian's message here sounds a lot like Monty Python's lifeboat sketch, so let's hope that they have plenty of provisions on board.
73 days and we still have not reached the Spongu Nebula. Nobody complains about our pace as everybody is busy with anything else but Elite, but I'm not happy. We should have been there already, but except for regular Tuesday and Thursday transmissions, I really can't spend more time lately. Well, some of us do have more time than others. Remember Commander Hazard 6's... Remember how Tuesday, more than a week ago, he decided to depart back to the bubble and engineer a new ship? The next time we talked about it was Thursday, 2 days after his departure. Oh, I am already back on the Zodiac, Commander, he goes. Just waiting for the delivery. Hazard 6's did not even complain about the credits, just that a 37-hour transfer is a rip-off. He managed to fly back to the bubble, buy and engineer his new vessel, and then to be back with us in Formidine Rift at the edge of the galaxy within 2 to 2.5 days. What can I say? Reminds me of myself when I was young and full of energy. Jokes apart though, I am very happy to have him back. It's good to have everybody back from the main crew. I cannot say that Formidine Rift disappoints me, but coming from the direction of the outer arm of Vacuous, we have not seen anything unusual or extremely dangerous around as of yet. The density of the systems around is pretty high. The distribution of scoopable and non-scoopable stars is fairly even. I guess the secret lies with the actual rift between the outer arm and the Perseus arm, not with the entire region. But that's somewhere where we will be going after we turn around at Spongu. For now though, it's a crispy Thursday morning on 25th of November 3307. For those who celebrate it, happy Thanksgiving, Commanders.
The Magellan experience is almost ready to depart, starting November 28, 3307 to 6th of March 3308. From Beta Sculptoris to West Ursa Majoris, they'll be heading south towards the Seagull Nebula to link up with the Perseus arm of the galaxy. From there, heading east down the arm all the way to the very tip to visit Magellan's star. Commander Richard Fluran's M has beamed this update into our inbox.
The Magellan experience just became officially 3307's second largest expedition after Apollo. We are thankful for all the explorers wanting to be part of the experience. Last Wednesday we were featured by Supercruise News, and none other than CM Sally Moore joined the roster and became part of the experience. We are proud to have the commanders who are really happy to be part of the adventure, and hopefully we wish that our 3 mass launches go off successful.
The latest €5 tour, the Southern Nebula Journey, has started its 4-week trip to the south and southwest of the bubble, passing through 25 nebulae along the way. Commander Hunter has taken a short break from honking and scooping to send us this excited little note.
Hello everyone! The €5 tour is well on its way and we've almost reached our first quarter of the journey. 39 people have signed up and there's still time to join us and catch up. We've jumped over 130,000 light years and scanned over 10,000 planets and stars. One commander has found their end sadly, but such is the life of an explorer. 07 and fly safe.
And now the fantastically frigid trip to Trifid. Richard Fluran's M, he gets about a bit, doesn't he? Quite appropriate for someone who's involved in 2 expeditions. Sent us this information about their expedition, which leaves a week today to visit glowing gas giants, wondrous nebulae, ringed planets, planets inside rings, and landable planets with unique geography. If you're a new player and want a friendly trip that will almost certainly involve watching space-themed movies at some point, then it's time to sign up.
The frigid trip to Trifid has got a humble crew. But since it's a small trip, the people involved don't worry too much but look forward to it. Some people will return to assist with the trip and it will launch proudly to reflect the excitement for the trip.
And finally this week, yet another new event. Commander Omega Megalith is organising an exobiology-focused long-range expedition that sets off next week. He and Commander Notlex228 sent this communique directly to itookpart@huttonorbital.com.
Location, Nexus HQ. Attention, Fleet Carrier Captains and Commandos. Subject, Deep Space Expedition to the Vulcan Gate and Errant Marches. This bulletin is to give you awareness of what this expedition is about and how the plan will work. Mission, conduct a blind expedition to conduct exobiological exploration and system exploration of unknown origins. Pilots will also discover unknown systems and seek out unknown life, pristine mining sites and potential points of interest. In addition, we will reach the Bayar Thois GC-D D12-0 system, Star 1 closest to the Andromeda Galaxy, and visit the Saifu LC-D D12-0 Manifest Destiny to reach one of the most outer edges of the Milky Way galaxy. Departure date, December 3rd, 3307. Departure location, Brownie Star System, Planet 6, an Earth-like world. Departure time, UTC 2200 to 0200. Fleet carriers on expedition. Refer to Fleet Carrier Hub Discord channels. All fleet carriers marked for this expedition will have Nexus in their fleet carrier name in-game. Any fleet carrier that does not have this is not participating in this expedition. Estimated time of expedition, 3 to 6 months. Will return to the bubble at fleet carrier captain's expense and individuals' discretion, should they leave the expedition sooner. Rotations will occur between the bubble and central area of operations. Cheers, Commander Notlix 228 and Commander Omega Megalith.
Remember, if you've got an event, be like Commander Omega Megalith and email I took part at huttonorbital.com to make sure it's featured.
Hello? 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 Did somebody call for me?
Hang on,
Somebody
you're
Somebody
right.
at the door.
Come
Who's
here,
that?
you come here. You stole my line.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It's that imbecile Powell Oblivion.
Weeks and weeks and weeks of not having the line to say, dodgy recordings by their slot, and dodgy versions, and
Dodgy,
somebody
dodgy.
comes along.
Dodgy.
Oh, terrible.
Who is this bloke? What's he done with
Yeah.
Harry?
Well, all I can say is the spoils go to the victor. Me.
I didn't know his
Yes.
name was Victor. Anyway, you learn something new every single day. Anyway, hello everybody, and welcome back to Hutton Orbital Live. It's Thursday. It's sometime after 20:30 in the evening, and it's us, well, some of us. We have a Harry Ballsack who has taken the week off, having been propping up the radio show for the last, I don't know, was it 3 months? 2.5 months?
11 weeks.
11
weeks, yeah.
weeks, yes.
11 on the trot.
I think he's
Well,
earned
he
a
said he
bit
had
of a
the
lie
chance.
down. Yep. And he's handed over the reins to me, and so far I'm hoping I haven't missed a bong yet. I don't think I've missed any bongs yet.
No.
Well, it's always
Hasn't
easy
been
doing
that
it this
many, to be fair.
Well, there were a few. Anyway, we're joined in the studio by the regular crew of the radio show. We have Commander Flossy. Good evening, Commander Flossy.
Good evening.
We have the Chicks
Good evening.
with his mighty moustache.
Whoa.
We have Amelia, who is back, having had a week off respite from the show last week.
Hello.
We have the apology officer, as always.
Except he's muted.
We've lost the apology. We don't have an apology officer.
He's probably
Apologies.
there. He just pressed them. There he is.
I was hoping to get time off for good behaviour, but that's gone for a
No,
bottom.
you
now,
were
isn't it?
just hoping, of course, that I was going to leave you to last again. So you
I was
could
sitting
complain
waiting
about
on it, and then
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, you forgot me.
We have our special guest this evening, LCU No Fool Like One. Good evening, LCU.
Good evening.
And also, I think Paolo's here as well somewhere, I think, possibly.
And when we say special,
Oh, yes, yeah.
yeah, we mean special.
But I suppose we ought to say hi to our special guest first, because we see regular posts from you and some of Canonn Interstellar about all the bacteria you keep licking on planet surfaces.
Well, I wouldn't go so far as to lick it, but a good biologist should see, what something smelled like and what it tastes like, and it's disgusting.
Yeah, what kind of collywobbles it gives you, and what kind of lurgy, and how many heads you grow afterwards. And I mean, we understand though you have discovered the secret of actually finding bacteria.
Yes, indeed. You just look in the fridge, and behind some of the jars, and you'll find some there.
Possibly in the bottom of your not so often used Hutton mug. And we understand that the
On the
grossest
cheese.
the grossest cheese appears to be impervious to bacteria.
The what cheese?
The grossest avian cheese.
The Gnosis avian cheese.
Yes, yeah, sorry.
Oh yes, indeed. It's there's no possibility of bacteria growing on it. I think that stuff kills off just about anything.
Yeah, we do understand that it's also inedible and can be used as a house brick at some point as well.
Yes.
Triangular.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes.
A doorstop. Make a nice doorstop.
It's good
Apart
for
from the smell.
Good for sealing up any holes in your ship as well, I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we did hear that you had some news for us and some exciting updates this evening as well. Do you want to introduce the first one of your exciting updates?
Well, one of the things we've been doing this week is feeding Type 9s to the Scriveners.
Hang on, Flossy. Have you
Bong!
Oh, yes.
How was that for?
You can't say that word.
What? Scriveners?
No, you're not allowed to say that word. You've got to wait for that word until after Flossy's bit.
Okay, well,
Sorry,
well,
why can't you say Scriveners? Ow!
We cannot say that word. Because
It's a bit
we've
harsh
got-
for saying Scriveners.
Oh,
Fine, I won't say.
What's wrong with Scriveners?
But definitely, yeah.
I didn't say it that
You
time.
really shouldn't. We need to stop saying Scriveners, everybody.
Scriveners? Or
Stop saying Scriveners!
do you say riveters?
Oh,
Calm
she panned
down.
herself. That was bad.
Just calm down with the pan, Flossy. We're
Don't
not
worry.
going to say
Scriveners.
no anymore. Until
I'm not going to mention it ever. I won't mention it again until after your segment.
Won't mention what?
The Scriveners.
The Scriveners.
That which cannot be mentioned.
yes, that would not be mentioned. We can talk about them after Flossy's
Okay.
bit. Yeah, definitely.
Right. Okay.
So anything except the Scriveners can be talked. Ow! I've talked about. Yes. So, do you have something else to tell us that's nothing to do with that word?
Well, I won't mention that word, but we have succeeded in our community goal. Yes.
Flossie, I can see you winding up now. Just he's got enough bruises. Okay.
Well, I thought I wasn't allowed to say Scriveners. You keep changing the rules. You keep changing the rules. Very well, I shan't talk about that at all.
This is such a marvellous backhand.
I'm not going to talk about. I will not talk about the community goal or the Scriveners. Okay.
You missed one.
No, I think Flossie's got
Yes,
cramp.
you missed.
Flossie's got cramp.
Somebody pan him.
I think the pan needs recharging.
Yeah.
So.
Oh.
So some great news we've had recently. One of our councillors won a recent community goal. I'm allowed to talk about this one.
Yeah.
Don't hit me! Don't hit me! Ow!
When you say counsellors, do you mean the people who deal with you? Do you mean the people
No,
who listen to your nonsense?
No. These are the Canonn councillors, the great leaders of which I am one. He won a competition to name one of the Colonia Bridge megaships. So now
fantastic!
Canonn has its second megaship, and we've heard today that the name has been accepted, and it's now called Hotel Canonia.
Oh God!
And I shall be doing all the marketing for it, and there'll be a new song coming out. It's
better than megaship face, isn't it?
Yeah.
well, indeed.
Like all the others.
Well, we did have a vote, and we said to the membership, we said you can vote for the name, suggest a name and vote for it, but we're going to ignore that, and the council's going to choose three and name it. So
Is it such a lovely place?
it is.
And
At the Hotel Canonia, can you check in? I mean, you can get landing permission, but you can never leave. Is that true?
So it's like
You can
Hotel
check out.
Canonn.
You can
Yes.
check out. Yes, you can
Yes,
check
you can
out.
check out, but you can never leave. Yeah, you can request departure, but you
All
never
I'm saying
get
is
it.
you can check out.
And you can call
Or
the
you can-
captain and ask him to bring you the wine.
Or gin in Hotel Canonn.
Well, I think you said you haven't had that spirit here since 1969. I didn't know we had those things in '69. But anyway,
32.69, sure.
Yeah, 32.69.
and especially for some people, some pink champagne on ice. Oh, anyway, yeah, but that's the kind of flavour we get for the Hotel Canonia. Yes.
Yes.
You can
Yes,
press
indeed.
auto launch as many times as you please.
Yeah, it sounds like they're living it up at the Hotel Canonia.
No, I mean, does
Canonia.
does the Hotel Canonia have a location? I mean, triangulating its position. Where did you say it was again?
It's between the bubble and Colonia.
Yeah,
Yes,
in that bit. Yeah. It's in that bit.
Somewhere there.
I
Can't
could
miss it.
probably tell you, but it's no secret. It's no secret. It's just hang on. I just check.
I mean, is it a halfway house?
Let me just check my notes. Forgive me. It's well, I forgive me.
Third star on the right,
sounded
straight
like-
on till yeah.
Well, I did have the name, but I can't. There's a.
Oh, we'll
It's
come
somewhere
with
near
that.
Peppa Pig World, I think.
Yeah, right. Okay.
You're supposed to say "forgive me" as you rattle through all that paper.
Yeah. And there's also some news. You said the J.J. Goldberg, was it?
Yes, J.J. Goldberg. So he has just recently, and we haven't announced it yet, but he recently got Exobiology V.
Is
so
that
this
somebody being
he's-
really rude?
Yeah, no, that's very exobiology.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So he's not just elite; he's elite 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
And then you pull out
Was
the
it-
pin of the holy hand grenade and
Yes,
throw it
yes.
towards thine enemies.
Did he
Yes.
go on the forums at 2 a.m. saying "Where's my prize" in a sort of drunken sort of typing voice?
He's unbearable, to be quite honest. I mean, he's got it before I did, so
Sounds like the right guy.
quite frankly, he's just not welcome anymore.
Licked a lot of bacteria.
Yes.
And also we in some other news, Commander Mark Xanthius, who you may remember completed the Canonn challenge, the first person to complete the Canonn challenge. Well, he's done it again. So now you visiting all of the Odyssey biology in the galaxy. Well, one of each, I should say.
That
Every
explains-
grey variety of bacteria, every cactus, every pink thing. He's visited one of all of them and completed the Canonn challenge.
That might explain his distance covered, which is coming up in the Hutton Helper results. I'll leave that nugget of surprise for later on, but yeah, it's quite
Yes,
interesting.
indeed.
No spoilers.
No more
No
spoilers.
spoilers.
Yeah, the pan's already dented enough. It really is.
Yeah, no spoilers. Bruce Willis is a scrivener.
I don't know what Flossy's welded the handle on that thing with, but it
Bong.
Yeah, bong.
bong. So how many is that?
I've
Well,
said
I'm
that
just
about
checking.
17 times now.
No, I meant the
LCU
biology.
said that. Oh,
920, and that doesn't include geology as well.
So is that just the known ones, or do we think that's it? The whole galaxy. That's all the biology in the galaxy. There are no slimy blue frogs. There are no fat black felines. There are no edible poets. But what we do have is lots of grey bacteria.
Well, we do think there are still quite a few things to be found. So, Aleoida gravis, for instance, you could probably find one of those around a black hole or a white dwarf or a Wolf-Rayet star. There's lots and lots of things that could be found around Herbig AE stars.
So I mean, it's quite reassuring that we haven't found everything yet.
No, but there are quite a few species that we have found every single variety. So, it is going. However, one of the things that Mark Xanthius does, which we're very, very grateful for, is he does an audit between the Canonn Codex and the Pilots Federation Codex, and finds things that are in one and not the other. And so he's been keeping tally of those. And one of those things is he can see which regions have stuff that hasn't been found yet. So there are plenty of regions that almost certainly have first discoveries to find.
Ooh. So now directing people towards those regions, obviously Canonn scientists to try and find some of these exciting new varieties of mug bacteria.
Well, quite frankly, we don't really care if they're other varieties in other regions, but we want to get our names on the Pilots Federation list.
So it's all about who stuck the flag in it first, right?
Bragging rights,
Bragging rights.
yes. But,
Good old-fashioned
there's-
willy waving. Yeah. My
so
my
they're
probate is bigger
enormous.
than yours. That kind of stuff. Okay.
Indeed.
Well, look, thank you very much, LCU. And obviously, hang around for a bit for the show. I'm sure you're going to have some input after Flossy talks about them in a bit. Yeah.
You mean the Scriveners?
Oh, the Scriveners!
How?
Yes, them. So we might as well get back to what else has been going on. I'm going to ask, probably Commander Chicks. Commander Chicks, was there a live stream this week?
Indeed, there was on Tuesday with Arth and Sally. It was community highlights this week, not Supercruise news.
Did they mention our success over the Orion University?
Oddly, no.
Ow!
No. Well, they saved that for their favourite to talk about. That's Flossy. Yeah.
They did. And since it was community highlights, it was very, very light on news. Now you mentioned it, Supercruise news is sometimes pretty news light. Anyway, they did confirm that update 8 was coming in early December without a date.
9,
so it's,
sir. 9.
Yeah. Yeah,
For large values of 8 and small
9,
values of 10.
9.
Yeah.
I'm staring at 9, and I said 8. I know. And I'm
Update 8's the one with the
How
2-seater
much?
SRV in it.
I blame all this tea I've drunk.
And also,
Anyway,
talking of 2-seater SRVs, was there
Yes.
some SRV news?
There was. So why have you skipped? You've skipped.
I have,
You're too
because it
eager.
says picture, so I put the picture on screen. Look, I'm holding a picture up to the camera.
Well, there is. So that gives the listeners time to see the picture.
Yeah, well, there you go. There's a picture for the listener. You can see the picture now.
Oh.
So the picture is the Pilots Federation staff met some commanders in the flesh in these times, and these were apparently prize winners of some of a game class, whatever a game class is. Some kind of command console thing, I've no idea, which has been postponed due to the recent outbreak of space lurgy in Seoul last weekend. And a box was placed on the table at this gathering. And nobody said anything about it. Anyway, so you can imagine what Arth was like. He just couldn't contain himself anymore. And he's like, "What's in the box?" So finally they opened the box, and somebody had 3D printed a surface reconnaissance vehicle, as you can possibly see.
Life size.
Life size. With a pint of beer for scale.
Hang on. A pint of beer? I didn't think we were allowed pints of beer these days. Not in groups, in real life, in people, groups. And, no.
So a pint of beer to scale. So what's wrong with that?
That'll look nice next to the life-size Cobra.
It's not. Isn't it 8th scale, the Cobra? The big
No, it's
Cobra?
life-size. It's life-size.
No, it's not.
It's life-size.
It's not.
No,
life-size. It's life-size for me.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's true. This is true. Most things are.
Yeah, well, so much for using the galactically recognised unit of scale, of course, which is...
The banana.
Banana!
Yes, but
So-
why would anybody be carrying the banana in a pub? Anyway.
Don't ask.
So, I'm just looking at the picture of the group. There's a suspicious character. Sort of. You see him on the left there. In fact, you can't see him. You see the black baseball hat. That's kind of. It's not in a hat stand because somebody's stolen our hat stand.
Oh, I see that.
recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it.
Who is that? Who is that hiding behind with the black hat? Is that Salvation, perhaps? I think there's a bit of a mystery going on.
The
there.
Salvation Way.
I must admit, and is that...
Oh, I've got no idea.
Is that
No idea.
actually Arth in the picture there as well?
It is. I mean, who knew that Arth was so tall when we always see him sitting down?
We've never seen him holding a banana, that's why.
Yeah.
This is true.
If he'd been holding a banana, then we would have known how tall Arth was. But he wasn't.
Yes.
Yeah. But, obviously, talking of Arth, yes, he did issue a proclamation, a bit of a... I mean, there's no polite way of putting this. Just a bit of a bollocking, actually, to the forum
Yes.
for being spiteful. I mean, we tend to dress it up in some ways like salt should be left at the door, that kind of thing. But this was a proper old school, nearly as good as Flossy with a pan, bollocking.
Wind your neck in, bollocking.
Yes. I mean, I did notice that Commander Palantir had put, we need rewriting this bit in the script into Hutton language. No, we're pretty sure that a proper bollocking is actually Hutton language.
I wrote that, but never mind.
Oh, you wrote that? Oh, right, well... anyway, yeah, so remind everybody, you see, at Hutton we don't have...
How long have you been away?
Well, yeah, because, Amelia, at Hutton we do have a sort of an ethos, don't we, about, how we behave.
Yes, we do.
There's a fundamental rule if you're in the Hutton Facebook page or the Discord or anything else, or being a trucker, that one must exhibit certain traits.
Yes.
It is not be excrement to everyone.
No,
it is.
No.
It is. Don't be a dick.
What did you? Yeah, that's also Hutton language. Yeah,
that's another version of it.
Or just plain old be excellent to each other.
To each other.
Yes.
Oh, I was going to say don't be a fanny.
Well, that either. But
that's the Scottish version.
But it's nice to see that the Pilots Federation are finally catching up with the rules that we put in place with Hutton all of 6-7 years ago when we started this, which is perfectly acceptable to be very, very rude, just as long as you're excellent to each other.
Yes.
Yeah. Or the big, tall, bald bloke will give you a...
Easy way to remember it, Bill and Ted.
Oh, absolutely.
Be excellent to one another.
And party on.
Yeah.
And in relation to the big tall bloke, it's worth saying objects and chairs are often larger than they seem. Not me, obviously, but objects and chairs.
Well, yeah, unless you really wind the chair up to its full height.
Unless I wind the chair up, and then my legs will dangle.
We're going to have script lessons next week. We're going to do the script in order, perhaps.
No. It's me.
No.
It doesn't happen when it's me. But we were nicely segueing there, of course, to piss-ups in a brewery and, yes, that kind of thing.
Well, before we get to that, this never happens when Harry's around. And I did ask him if he'd filled in a holiday form, as he teched 11 shows in a row without a break. And he said he was taking time off in lieu. So that'll explain the noises coming out of Cubicle 3.
or the funny walking by Mr. Snuggles,
yes. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, so, yes, talking of piss-ups and breweries and all that kind of stuff, Flossy.
Yes.
Apparently something's happening. It was in the news as well, but there's something happening in December.
Yes, the Frontier Elite meet in Cambridge on the 10th, including a quiz.
Including a quiz? Hosted by a man with a banana.
Yes. And a beard.
I know.
Yes.
Well, the man's got the beard, not the banana.
Well, the banana can have a beard too. I mean, we're not bananaist here.
We're not,
we're definitely not
beardist.
No.
We're quite moustachist.
What's the name of the beardy banana guy?
Pardon, what?
Well,
What's the name of the beardy banana guy?
You've just named him.
And we'll finally understand how big he is.
Yes.
So is Mr. LCU, are you still with us? Sorry, I can't...
Yes, I'm here.
I've heard a rumour that you are attending said event.
Well, I have purchased a ticket because if you remember the other year, I was attempting to give everyone a special vaccine of live virus, and nobody turned up. So I'm considering it, but to be honest, I haven't 100% decided. I thought I would get a ticket just in case I changed my mind and my wife wasn't going to kill me.
Well, and of course it is for charity. If I read out the description of what's going on for charity,
charity. Well, charity. If I'd known it was for charity, I wouldn't have bothered.
It says, join us for this festive gathering, as we reported in the news, featuring some of your favourite elite dangerous developers, good food, drinks, and an Arthur Tolmie special pub quiz in the heart of Cambridge. That's Cambridge, UK, not any one of the other 11 Cambridges that are out there.
Massachusetts.
No. Apparently there are 11 on December the 10th, 2021. So you do need to invent yourself a time travel machine to go back to 2021 in collaboration with the incredible Special Effect charity, of which a number of Hutton truckers are ambassadors. Due to the nature of the world today, which is we ruined it in 3307, so we're going back in time to when we're slightly less ruined. This will be a limited capacity event with a maximum total of 100 tickets. I'm sure that was a TV show, wasn't it, the 100? Anyway, going on sale this Thursday, November 25th at 1700 UTC, which was earlier. I don't know yet whether anything is sold out. What?
Do we have a link to where you can buy tickets?
We do have a link.
Which is in the forums.
Oh, funnily enough, it's also in the Twitch chat as well. There we go. I have no news as to whether it is sold out yet. I'm just double checking if it says there are still some available. And it says... there might be. Yes, at the moment there are still a few available. It says event FAQ. Who will be at the event? It'll be Arthur, Bruce, Zally and Sack.
Zally and Sack.
Yeah.
Zally and Sack.
Zally and Sack.
Yep,
Sack's one of my favourites. Yeah.
Along with
Santa.
More very special guests, the
Sack.
development team at this. Apparently, it's an intimate event.
Ranta and Sudolf.
Tickets include. Entry to the event. Well, that's a good start, isn't it? A festive food selection. That'd be turkey sandwiches with access to the bar.
Access to it, right.
Imagine turning up
the
to an
bar,
event
it's
and
over
being
there.
told, don't go to the bar, you're not allowed.
No,
Don't go to the bar.
Cat videos and settlement defence plans are the only things you can get at the bar anyway.
Bring
An
your
entry into our prize raffle drawn on the night, and I believe you can also buy additional raffle tickets when you buy your ticket, and a code to redeem some shiny paint jobs for a selection of ships. All
Can you
proceeds...
can you buy raffle tickets if you're not going?
That's
Yes, you can.
Yay!
It's in the link. So
Right.
you buy 0 event tickets and you can buy as many raffle tickets as you want. £5.
I'm up for that.
all proceeds from ticket sales will be donated to our friends at Special Effect. Yay! No plan for that. It says, what can I expect on the night? In summary, you can expect a very warm welcome from your favourite beam laser. Favourite Elite Dangerous developers, along with festive food, which I mentioned twice.
They just assume they're our favourites.
No, Flossy's the favourite.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going.
Apparently there will be festive food, drinks, music, a prize raffle, Arthur's pub quiz, and galactical, is that a word?
That's
now.
how Americans say it.
It is now.
Galactical
word now.
Conversation, which means conversation will be very large and pretty empty. We'll also be really excited to show even more support possible for the incredible work our friends at Special Effect do, allowing more ways on the night to donate to their truly amazing cause. Please note, this is a casual celebration of Commanders. There will be no exclusive game or development news released at this event. Anybody posting regular things, have they told us, have they shown us, have they... No, it's not happening.
So when you say casual, that means no top hat and tails?
Balls.
I'm not going there.
I'm not going.
It's onesies only. Is there a hotel nearby? Apparently there is. It's in the heart of Cambridge Centre, within a short walking distance, short taxi ride of the following hotels. Lots and lots of them listed on the link we put up. They really hope everybody will join them for a little end-of-year party after what's been quite a wild ride. Don't forget, 100 tickets will be available to this intimate festive meetup event. Now, it says here...
When they say
mods.
intimate...
There's a whole section on mods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a section on rockers as well.
Yeah.
Can I bring my own?
You can bring your own mod. Don't bring your own mods. It says our priority to ensure the event is as safe and enjoyable as possible in light of the current COVID-19 crisis, which I can confirm is a pretty rotten flipping thing. To do so, we'd like to highlight the following guidelines in place. We strongly advise everybody stick a swab up somewhere sometime before you turn up, and do not attend if it's positively swabby, and only attend if it's negatively swabby. The venue supports guests wearing face coverings. They are not mandatory. However, it's a jolly good idea to do so if you're in a crowded place full of people you don't know. The venue teams undertake daily health screenings, so they haven't got all sorts of nasty things, including space lurgy, and will be encouraged to wear face coverings for our own peace of mind. There will be KY jelly stations for your use, and hand washing with the KY jelly station is encouraged.
Lubricant did the hand sanitizers, didn't they?
Yep, they did. The venue does... I do listen to the news, you see.
Yes.
The venue does include increased cleaning in guest areas, which is good because you're all filthy truckers. The venue is cashless, which means you. I think these days you just have to wave your talk. Which one won it? Was the talk or was it the pad that won the CG back in the day? It was the pad. Wave your pad over something and beer appears. That's the way it works. Apparently they ensure their own washing and or sanitising of their hands frequently, especially if they've done a hanky and gone to the facilities and walked out the door. The venue will constantly be reviewing its safety practices in accordance with government guidelines, COVID-19 safety best practices, support with NHS test and trace requirements. Respect physical distancing, which means if you can spin round and slap two people, they're probably standing too close. And be respectful. Actually, it just basically should say the Hutton rule there, shouldn't it? Be awesome to each other. And also, if you're feeling unwell, please don't. That would just be rude.
Yeah, don't bring your mods 19 to the event.
And it doesn't matter if it's COVID mods or it is sniffly nose mods or it's, I'm LCU and I've rubbed some bacteria somewhere unmentionable and it fell off kind of mods. There you go.
Never forget hands, face, space, Logie.
And frameshift drive charging. Yep.
Head, shoulders, knees and toes.
Anyway.
I'm a bit concerned that it's an intimate evening.
Yeah.
You'll be okay. The LCU in my name stands for Limited Contact Unit. I don't really do it.
You'll be okay to wear your thong. It'll be fine.
Just remember to drop your keys in the little pot at the door. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I've heard these things.
And give it a stir around just to be sure. Yeah. You don't want to get your own car back at the end of the evening.
I just want to know who's going to be in the Hutton quiz team.
Well, I suspect there will be some truckers there. I do understand that there is a representative from Lave Radio going. There will be a Phoenix Defier there. A number of the moderation team are popping along as well. And possibly someone with a moustache.
Oh, what? Antonacci's back.
No, that's more of a swarthy beard. And yeah, it should be good fun. Obviously, it times be what they are. It won't be quite the packed kind of event that things like ECM or LaveCon are, but it'll be a good opportunity to catch up with some people. Just do it safely, everybody, if you are going or when you are going, and it'll be lovely to see you. I'm sure there will be pictures posted up by those who are going to be going. The next bit of the script says skip this.
Well, we
so we're not going to skip it.
I've never seen anything in the script, one line in the script, take 12 minutes to cover. Anyway,
it's one of the. I'm in charge this week, which is everything takes at least 12 minutes each.
You're not in charge of anything, including yourself.
No.
Hang on a second, Flossy.
Yes?
Yeah.
I just want to know where Harry is and why there are muffled sounds coming from that filing cabinet over there.
Yeah.
And what's this? There's a comment here that says Arf missing out on goodies.
So Arf, obviously Arf and Sally presented Tuesday's show. So last week we covered in the show that Sally showed off her lovely pair of Hutton mugs and a little sort of constellation of mini mugs, and Arf's. Well, I suppose mine is still in the post, are they? So he continued his sort of theme of missing out on goodies, because Sally showed us what she'd received from the Operation Ida Holiday Hall event, which somebody is going to kindly post into the chat. And it was an Op Ida pint glass. So his nose was sort of like another 2 points out of joint.
Wow.
As Sally happily wound him up. But apparently then, once he'd gone full fed up, she then revealed that a care package had been received for all of the community team. And she'd been holding out on him.
I did direct message him and offered to send him some coffee. Never replied. Never replied.
What was this about mods last week then? Was that Arf having
Well,
mods?
he did. Arf had mods because he hasn't got a Hutton mug, and Sally's got two.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So did he actually
two.
catch mods? So he's not only learnt his lesson, but then really learnt his lesson.
He's definitely got mods.
He must have opened the flask I sent him.
Yes, the biological container mask.
He's too new to know.
Those spores, they just get right up your nose, don't they?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Is that the ones that made Spot cry?
Possibly.
Where it said skip this,
Yeah.
we know what happens when we tread on Flossy's toes, because Sally mentioned the Magellan expedition, which Flossy had already covered, so we're safe from that.
Yes.
We covered it.
Yeah, we've done that.
We covered it last week.
So we're going to skip it by spending 10 minutes talking about it then.
Our community manager is better than theirs is no. Yes.
So it's just a reminder that these things exist.
And there were some more stellar screenshots, which is just aren't they shiny?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were, as usual, some good ones, some okay, but a couple of excellent ones.
Now, we do have one notice for this evening that not only has the Harry Balsack taken an evening off with Palantir in the loo, but also Commander Wotherspoon is doing much the same this evening as well, and having a and Commander Beetlejude having a well-earned rest. So there will not be a Galnet News digest during the show this week. But what there will be, if anybody wants to, and we forgot to promote it because I have no idea what week it is. I really don't. There is a green room. I can see there's one person in the green room at the moment. But if anybody would like to join the green room at the end of the show just to say hi, then don't do what Flossy did and put the old server address into TeamSpeak. What you need to do is put the other server address into TeamSpeak, which Flossy would be?
Yes. .forthemug.com.
ds.forthemug.com. Yep. And go and keep Aidan company because he's lurking in there. And I suspect I've just heard Litho Breaker trying to kick the door in at some point as well. So there'll be at least two of them in there to keep you company. Once you get into the TeamSpeak, you are looking for Radio Green Room. Brackets silent where you can't chat. But you can listen into this show while you're waiting for us to come and grab you. Right, anybody have anything else before we move along to the bit that's going to stop LCU getting panned over the head?
I don't want to take responsibility for this, so Chicks, do you want to read it out?
It's not my gag. I mean, he says
It
my gags are rubbish, but who wrote this?
Yeah.
Will I be able to say Scriveners after this?
Oh, not this again.
Oh, get... Yeah, no, you could have said Scriveners after, but don't say Scriveners now. Hey, found the button!
So what never hurt anyone?
I've no idea.
Is it a little hard work?
Or a little
hard
work?
Wait till no wonder he's having a week off after.
Yeah! I'm back!
Have we done this one to death yet?
No, never. Nothing. That'll never be enough.
Time at last.
Isn't it meant to be the safe word?
Yeah, that's it. Let's get.
You don't have safe words in a radio show.
Yeah, well,
in this one you do.
We do for this one.
Yeah, we do need them. Yes.
It's the only way we can get us out of the banter section.
Anyway, window quick. Yes.
Anyway, it's time at last for something sensible. Or at least properly northern. It's Flossy with the CG News.
It's Flossy. It's Flossy. It's Flossy. It's Flossy. And the community goes.
Hello, Flossy here with this week's Community Goals News. First of all, last week's CGs finished at 6 UTC this morning, ending in victory for the Scriveners Dredger Update Initiative. Both ended at Tier 3, but with the Scriveners in the lead. There's been a Pilots Federation alert today. The Scriveners clan dredger has been fully repaired following 2 initiatives in the HIP 43670 system. A campaign by supporters of the Scriveners clan delivered emergency power cells, power converters and power transfer buses to the Alliance of HIP 42371 at Ormus Terminal. A spokesperson for the group announced, "As a result of our efforts, the dredger has received sufficient supplies to effect repairs. Most importantly, the new power systems mean it will shortly be able to bypass Orion University's override codes and be free to travel the galaxy once more." A parallel campaign by Orion University's partner independent HIP 43670 Labour requested deliveries of anomalous bulk scan data, unusual encrypted files and unidentified scan archives to Skara Gateway in HIP 43670. However, these were not sufficient to convince the nomadic tribe to agree to its offer of sharing future discoveries. Vice-Chancellor Leland Pettigrew expressed his regret, but confirmed that Orion University will honour the outcome and withdraw its claim over the dredger.
Haha, losers!
Contributors to both initiatives can now collect their rewards from Shara Gateway or Ormus Terminal in the HIP 43670 system. And now for this week's new CGs. The fight for the Neo-Marlinist Order of Madrid, or fight for Epsilon Faunus' Empire Group. The Neo-Marlinist Order of Madrid and the Epsilon Faunus' Empire Group have declared war in the Madrid system. The Steel Majesty megaship is serving as the base of the Neo-Marlinist forces. These include many surviving NMLA terrorist cells that gathered to overtake the vessel from the Marlinist colonies. Also in the system is the Far God cult megaship Sacrosanct, where the NMLA's de facto leader, Theta 7, and the remnants of Theta Group have been hiding for months. Margrave Corentin de Delacroix, ruler of the Neo-Marlinist Order of Madrid, broadcast a call to arms. All those who seek to topple the Duval dictators must fight alongside us here and now. Neo-Marlinism has no future unless its believers defend it. In an effort to draw support from independent pilots, the Neo-Marlinist Order of Madrid is offering a uniquely augmented, unmodifiable Class 2 Rating B enzyme missile rack with increased caustic damage and capacity. The module will be delivered to the top 25% of contributors, providing Tier 1 is reached. The Neo-Marlinist Order of Madrid and I've already said that bit, declared war. The Steel Majesty megaship is serving as the base of the Neo-Marlinist forces. These include many surviving NMLA terrorist cells that gathered to overtake the vessel of the Marlinist colonies. Sorry, it's a bit of a repeat of the other one. Also in the systems of Far God, we've had that bit. The Epsilon Faunus' Empire Group is orchestrating its campaign from Painscott City Starport. Senator Denton Patrius has requested that Imperial auxiliaries provide the faction with combat support. ACT Corps leader Captain Saskia Lando stated,
The NMLA clearly places huge value on Theta 7's ability to produce caustic enzyme weapons, and has risked concentrating in large numbers to defend him. If he can transfer to the Steel Majesty and escape, the threat of further atrocities like the 9 Martyrs bombings will remain high.
The two factions set out 7-day campaigns, which will end when the top tier is reached by either faction, or early on Thursday the 2nd of December 3307. To be eligible for rewards, you must sign as an active participant before handing in combat bonds at the Steel Majesty megaship or Painscott City in the Madrid system. And that's it for this week's CG News.
Flossy told you what to do.
Cool. Right. We have questions. Flossy, are we pan free now to talk about Scriveners?
Yeah.
You sure? I've said it and you haven't hit me yet, which is a good start. Yeah. So LCU.
Yes.
You're allowed to talk about the Scriveners now.
Well, to be honest, I've kind of gone off them now.
Oh. Oh, it was that thorough.
Well, they're just so ungrateful. They're so ungrateful. Earlier this week, I was delivering goods straight into the maw of their dredger. because there was no other way of delivering it. So and because the cargo kept exploding before it went in, I decided I would just fill a Type 9 full of cargo and just fly it straight in. And I went through about 5 Type 9s, and then then we had the community goal, and which Canonn won. Oh, sorry, I'm not allowed to say Canonn won. Apparently, the independent pilots who helped us won. Yeah, we all won. The Scriveners won. So anyway, we won the CG, and the Scriveners, they're so ungrateful. I contacted them because I had this beautiful golden onyx pen that Dr. Arcan had given me, and I must have left it in one of the Type 9s, and it's gone into their dredger. So I got in touch with them and said, could I have my pen back? And they haven't responded. So, basically I'm not bothered anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, it must have been a very nice pen.
Oh, it was lovely, beautiful.
Right. So Flossy, I had a question.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I during that they say one of the rewards is a Class 2 rating B enzyme missile rack with increased caustic damage and capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah, is an important bit. Obviously, it is a mouthful. Now, has there been any conclusion to the engineers going, no, you're not allowed to double engineer or put special effects on stuff? Or do we know whether Class 2 rating B enzyme missile racks with increased caustic damage and capacity can actually have special effects?
It does actually say in the CG write-up that they are unmodifiable.
So they are definitely the unmodifiable is in big letters. Not allowed to moan on the forums when you try and put a special effect on it, and it doesn't work, and it ejects you into which space, and you get eaten by Thargoids and probed and all that kind of stuff, or just crash. Right. And to our knowledge, have they solved the previous one with the frame shifts? Because I think in last week's news we said that the engineers weren't allowing it.
Yeah, they caved in with the others.
So the engineers decided they'd make more money if they did allow, and they fixed it all though.
But now they've actually put it in the text of the CG that they are unmodifiable. So
right, and
they're making it quite clear this time.
Yeah, from the outset. But given that it is already Class 2 and rating B, and has got enzymes, and it's a missile rack, and it's got increased caustic damage and increased capacity already, then it's actually all right to start with.
Well, I would think so, yeah.
But this time it's only going to the top 25% of contributors, not to everybody.
Yeah. Yes.
And Apology Officer, you said you were in the top 25% earlier, or 10% were you, or something? But then you got kicked out.
That was a different CG. That was the one that finished.
Oh, right, okay. But you didn't get a Class 2 rating enzyme missile rack with increased caustic damage capacity.
They weren't offering a Class 2 enzyme missile rack with increased capacity and increased caustic damage.
Yeah. It is a... Yeah.
Sorry about that, I just ran out of breath.
No. I mean, I can fully understand.
They're offering a Class 2 enzyme missile rack with increased caustic damage and capacity. In this week's CG.
Right, okay. Yes.
But not last week's.
Yeah, but only if and then there's the four knackers, guys. Yeah, Epsilon four knackers. Right. I'm vaguely catching up, yeah.
Last week's was no trading, just money.
Right, but they were doing all right. And in general, Flossy, I mean, at the moment, participation in CGs is balanced on if there's a lovely giveaway, then everybody takes part, and if there isn't, then Yabu sucks to you, I think is the way it goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
But what they said was, I think, what the Imperials apparently said that people don't need incentives to fight for them.
Right. Okay. Unless you're LCU and there's it's just to put two fingers up at the university because he doesn't like them very much. Something like that. Right. Let's hand back over to. Let's just hand over to Amelia.
You messed with this. You messed with the script, didn't you?
I have, yes.
Again.
You messed. I'm not sure how many times we can say or mention a uniquely augmented, unmodifiable Class 2 rating B enzyme missile rack with increased caustic damage and capacity.
Ha.
I'm not sure how many times we can mention that. I mean, that kind of title is never going to catch on.
Like an unmodifiable class 2 rating B enzyme missile rack with increased caustic damage and capacity. Ha.
A uniquely augmented, unmodifiable class 2 rating B enzyme missile rack with increased caustic damage and capacity. Anyway, it'll never catch on. Anyway, speaking of someone who who never caught on, it's time for the Hutton Helper results.
Hooray!
Apology officer.
Saturated.
I've got a new button, and I'm going to push it. Hang on, let's try the new button. Here we go. Ready?
Yay! Welcome to the Hutton Helper results. The Hutton Helper results are sponsored by the Hutton Helper, the only third-party resource to come with a special Beige Thursday discount card. This week's manager specials are the 65,000 light years for the price of 64,000 light years special awards, the selling artisan bio-waste from the back of a hipster T6 shield, the Beige Thursday Henderson's Relish half-price extravaganza Mission Runner Spectacular, the buy one trip to the Pillar of Fortitude and get a free breakfast Slammer sale, the stuff 3 enemy heads for the price of 2 at Fat Ernie's Beige Thursday deal, and the free action blanket for every passenger Poncho Ponderosa Bonanza. So, start camping out 3 days before the sale begins. Don't be scared to elbow someone in the face, and if you see only one of something left, then buy it. This week's Hutton Helper results are: in exploration, Mark Santis is the first with just under 184,000 light years travelled. Light 027 sold 261,944 tonnes of goodies to come first in cargo sold. Top mission runner is Darkness CS101, who managed to record a score of 646 mission points. No surprise, Alex Zuno claimed bounties to the value of 838,501,026 credits. Grey Z7Z handed in a little over 568 million credits of combat bonds to top the table. And top place for passengers transported goes to Darkness CS101, who taxied 6,364 passengers around the galaxy. So that's decals for Darkness CS101, who has won before but never claimed, and Grey Z7Z. If you're American, that's Z7Z. Please email itookpart@huttonorbital.com and arrange to collect your Hutton decal kit, which this week consists of a pair of cut price scissors, an old sale sign, and a big markdown marker. We have 3 Hutton runs this week, but Kirito Prefect recorded a time of 1 hour, 29 minutes and 17 seconds to put them in 438th place. Impala Mark made 2 runs, but the fastest one of those was 1 hour, 29 minutes and 25 seconds, which puts them in 443rd place overall. Are you desperately waiting around for Falcon DeLacy to knock 20% off a Cobra Mark IV? Are you excited for Beige Thursday paint jobs in the store? Well, the Beige Man has been, and you're looking to show off your new goodies, then get out into the galaxy and do some good for Hutton. How, you ask? Well, I'll tell you how. Just go to hot.forthemug.com and download or sign up for the Hutton Helper before getting out there and strutting your funky beige stuff. Let's face it, anything has to be better than waking up on Friday and discovering you've missed the Bubble's biggest discounting event of the year. Well, that's it from me. Back to Studio 5.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm 99th fastest in the Hutton Run table, don't you know? We didn't have a Galnet Rest Digest last week, and my therapist says that it's helped with my recurring dreams. So it's going to be back to square one after Amelia brings us this week's nightmare.
Good evening. This is Amelia Hawke, reporting for the Galnet Rares Digest. We try all the galaxy's rarest and most dangerous commodities, so you don't have to. Dreams are strange things, aren't they? No one really understands how or why we dream. Philosophers and fortune tellers have tried to read meanings into them. Scientists and doctors have tried to find a medical reason for them, but they are still a mystery. They feel so real at the time, and we accept the weirdest of situations without question. There are even people who believe they can be awake inside a dream, giving them control over how it plays out. Back in the 3250s, scientific research into dream states during hyperspace hibernation led to an offshoot technology with Sapere Aude, which they capitalized on. They used it to develop a unique piece of technology, the Havasupai Dream Catcher. It's a deceptively simple-looking device consisting of a small pair of probes which attach to the wearer's temples and a black box about the size of a small hard drive, which is effectively what it is. The box is a voice-activated recording and playback device which exchanges information with the probes. The Dreamcatcher can record, consolidate, and replay the neural activity of the sleeps, allowing them to relive dreams or even to share them with others. The manufacturer recommends a full day of stimulus and activities to set your brain up for the dream session. With this in mind, I went for a walk through the park earlier before having lunch with an old friend who turned up unexpectedly. Then I found a secret door at the back of the fridge and spent a while navigating my way through a labyrinth before arriving at the station. I still managed to make it in time for the train, and I'm sat in my compartment looking out of the window. It's a clear night, and I can see the lights of the moon shining across the silvery River Tay, far below. The bridge crosses the river in a large arc, so I can see the loco ahead of me, smoke and steam rising into a clear night sky. I turn to find a sober-looking monochrome gentleman seated across from me. He has a long face and a shoulder-length wavy hair. He leans forwards as if to share a secret and says,
So the train moved slowly along the Bridge of Tay until it was about midway. Then the central girders with a crash gave way, and down went the train into the silvery Tay.
Hells bells, it's happening! The carriage is falling towards the river, and the storm is all around me now. I close my eyes and I prepare for the cold shock of landing in the river. But it doesn't come. I realize I'm lying on the grass in the park, and I open my eyes. I'm under a tree, and dappled sunlight shines onto me. It's colder now, and the leaves have all turned to autumn colours. Brilliant reds, blazing oranges, and dazzling yellows. It's autumn now. Yes, I knew that. It must have been a dream. That was weird. I turn around and...
Alas, beautiful summer now hath fled, and the face of nature doth seem dead, and the leaves are withered and fallen off the trees by the nipping and chilling autumnal breeze. The pleasures of the little birds are all fled, and with the cold many of them will be found dead, because the leaves of the trees are scattered in the blast, and makes the feathered creatures downcast.
Not you again. Right, I'm off. If I hang around listening to this crap, I'll start bleeding from the ears. What the hell is that buzzing noise? No, don't look. I looked, and now I see the bees, and they're angry. I can see their teeth. Do bees have teeth? They must have teeth. I don't want to get bitten, so I run towards an old building. Those stripy bastards are buzzing loudly now and nipping at my heels. One of them quacks. Hang on, that's not right. No time. I'm inside. It's dark, and I can smell the damp, dusty odor of a derelict building. It's pitch black in here, but there's no sign of the bees, which is something at least.
Pity the sorrows of the poor blind. for they can little comfort find, and they walk along the street, they know not where to put their feet.
Oh, give it a rest, will you? I feel my way along the wall and find a door. I open it and slip through, hoping my club-tongued pursuer doesn't see me. I'm back in the station now. I can see a sign for the bar, and I reckon a strong drink is in order after that. I go to the bar and order a large Centauri Mega Gin. No ice, no tonic, no lemon, just booze. My drink arrives and... no, it's not a drink, is it? Well, that would be too sensible. It's a plate of peas with a big knob of butter on top. I look at the barman. You know what to do, he says, and looks over my shoulder. I pick up the peas and turn around. There he is. Monochrome poet approaches.
I didn't like publicans.
I hit him full in the face with a plate of peas, and as they fall down his front, everything falls away. I'm back in my own bed. The first man to throw a plate of peas at me was a publican, I say and smile. The dream catcher beeps to say that I've 2 dreams recorded. Would you like to replay these dreams? It asks in a polite voice. No thanks. I'm not likely to forget them in a hurry.
The last Sabbath day of 1879, which will be remembered for a very long time.
All right, enough of this shit. I want to wake up now. And I do, I think. Same bed, same room, same feeling of relief and a little bit of paranoia. This thing is going back in the box and out of here at the first opportunity, and that book of ancient poetry can go with it. I'm not messing with this stuff again. It's too real. I remember it too vividly, and it's starting to blur the lines between the dream world and the real world. It's not healthy. The danger here, dear listener, is for once not physical. There are some dreams that you really don't want to relive, and repeated use of the dream catcher may further ease your tenuous grip on reality. I'm Amelia Hawke, and I've been freaked out by my dreams and the awful poetry of William Topaz McGonagall, so you don't have to.
Thank you very much, Amelia. It reminds me of a movie I once watched, or was it a book, or maybe it was a dream. I can't quite remember. Or a nightmare. Yes,
William Bloody Topaz McGonagall.
We're all doomed.
You're doomed.
We're doomed.
Well, that's astonishing stuff. That Dreamcatcher, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
Yes, very, very interesting technology.
I know. You know these old adages about knowing somebody by walking a mile in their shoes, but walking a mile inside the contents of their head is probably a dangerous occupation. I mean, imagine if one of us fell into one of LCU's dreams.
Oh, that would not be helpful.
Yes. Well, the LCU was around earlier, and he was regaling us with the most hilarious jokes during the previous segment. Unfortunately, he'd swallowed his mic, and we couldn't hear a word of it.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with my mic.
Yes,
just like that.
Yeah, he's going to be Norman Collier there.
I just wanted to say, seeing as you're talking about rare goods, there have been some scurrilous rumours that perhaps the NMLA and Theta 7 have been using our Gnosis biscuits, which have the Thargoid resin jam, as part of their bomb-making materials.
We did postulate about that one. It must have been a year and a bit ago, wasn't it, that it was your biscuits that were at fault?
There is no basis in fact. Theta 7 has got a sweet tooth, and he just likes to buy lots of biscuits. That is all.
He's crackers.
That's all I'm going to say on that.
Yeah,
indeed.
Yeah. By the way, Amelia.
Yeah.
The box that you're not getting out of the box again from the previous bit. I mean, I'm assuming it has a delete button as well. You can record them. I'm hoping it's got a delete button because
You know what? I should really go check that.
I would go check because there are probably some that should not be allowed out in public. They're not safe for consumption.
Definitely not safe. Yes,
no.
definitely not safe.
Could we have them for Dockers, please?
I was going to say it would be like a bad episode of Dockers. Some of the dreams that some of us have, I would imagine. And
Speaking of Dockers,
yes,
do we have the link to the Dockers page?
The bs-dockers dot something, isn't it? bs-dockers.com, isn't it? Or bs-dockers.com. There we go. And yes, there will be more Dockers coming around the festive period as well. We understand there are some recordings going, or the scripts have been sent out to the various cast members, and there will be a Dockers recording coming soon-ish, brackets, trademark. And it hasn't got extra capacity and caustic effect huff. But actually, Dockers probably does have a caustic effect on your eardrums. Right, it is a green room week. Do we have anybody lurking?
Now remember, if we do green room, you speak to the green room people first, and we'll come in at the end. You can speak to.
Do I count because I haven't been on the show for 8? No, I don't. That's fine. We have 2. We have an Aiden and a Lithobreaker. We're going to grab them down here. We're not going to run up there. Somebody open the door. Hang on a second. Let's just.
You're not going to let them in, are you?
We're going to let them in.
Oh, for God's sake!
They're here. They're in. And so we got
shuffle up, Flossy. Shuffle up.
So we're going to have a game of rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock as to who is going to say hi to our first guest. So if everybody on 3.
It's you!
1, 2, 3.
Dave.
Spock.
I did scissors. Hang on a second. Who does that be?
I did scissors.
Commander Aiden.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
And how the blazes are you, Squire?
A lot colder than I was this last time we spoke.
Yes, you were sunning yourself somewhere last time, weren't you?
Yes, I was in the sunny climes of Cancun last time, and now I'm back in London and going, oh, yeah.
It's grey and colder and, not full of tequila.
Well, it's not full of beautiful sights.
No, I suppose not. Unless you look at London from a certain angle on a certain drizzly day, and
and also it's not full of, there are not the occasional sights of beautiful beings in bikinis.
Oh well, yes. Well, the less about you and your bikinis, the better. But
it was me wearing the bikini.
Well, it's not my place to comment at all. So you enjoyed your holidays, and travel to the sort of Mayan Peninsula there is allowable these days without having to stick swabs in every orifice going and then lock yourself in a hotel room for a week.
Oh yes, pretty much. My plan, effectively the week before I left was when they announced that where you could go, I was going to be in Trailfinders. Trailfinders fluffed it, and I went online and went, oh, I can do it that way. Oh, okay. And I didn't have to stick anything up my nose on the way out.
Or deck chairs, or
or anything like that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't have to, do the Rappaho either. So
that's all right. And they let you back in. Poor mad fools.
I'm as surprised as the next person. They actually let me back in.
We did try warning them, but obviously, didn't get there in time. Lack of postal delivery drivers or something. But welcome back. Have you had any time to fly out there in the galaxy since you've been back?
I've been doing bits here and there, and slowly working my way towards getting enough of the cat media and classic entertainment and all that lot, so I can unlock an engineer.
Settlement defence plans and.
Oh no, I've done that.
Oh right.
The snag was I got plenty of the various cat media and all that lot, and had flogged them, but I hadn't actually managed to unlock the engineer, which was. I thought
There
it
have
had.
been rumours the engineer had been taking them. Then I think we covered that one a few months ago. Where the engineer takes it and then goes, "Cat Media, never seen the stuff," and just keeps.
No,
stealing.
it was settlement defence plans that I went. Here you go. Here's 15. No, you only given me 12. Wait, what?
Oh, but did you resolve it without fisticuffs?
Yes, I pretty much resolved it. Acquired some settlement defence plans elsewhere, and then went, here you go, and it all got sorted.
Ah, right, okay. And are you going to be joining in any of the intimate sessions in Cambridge in a few weeks?
The snag is that it's in Cambridge, so getting there and getting back on the same day is problematic.
Okay.
No, it isn't. I'm doing it.
Well, if you want to actually, be functional the following day, because I'm suspecting it's
Friday, isn't it?
It starts at 5. Well,
it's 6:30.
Starts at 6:30. Doesn't finish till 10.
Yeah,
at the earliest.
On the Friday, I suppose.
He's back in London by 11:30.
Well, should I go to it? Yeah, I will be having to arrive at fashionably late Hutton o'clock, and then be back in time to work at between 6 and 7
Aidan, buy
in the
a
morning.
ticket and come with me.
It's even further for me.
He'll put you in his hand luggage.
Handmade.
I will. I'll smuggle you in.
Oh, okay. I'll have a look at tickets then and see what's at the
let me know
when the last train is.
I've already done all that. There's plenty.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I'll have a look.
Swap notes. Obviously, if you do feel safe doing so. But we did catch up the other day in person, or the other month, I should say. So,
Yes.
Well, do you have anything else to add for your green room session this evening?
No. That's me, really. So for the mug.
Well, it's nice to hear from you, and thank you very much for coming to the green room. And I'm sure we will catch up with you in space soon. If anybody was hunting for you, by the way, and to join in with any of your shenanigans of an evening while you've been playing, where are you in the galaxy at the moment?
I think I'm in the bubble at the moment, but I suspect I'm somewhere. Oh God, I'll have to have a look at Inara to see where I am at the moment. But
Are you in Hutton space, I suppose, is the question.
I believe so.
Well, send a friend request to Commander Aidan, and if you want, and people can come and join you in whatever shenanigans you're doing. I'm sure in the Hutton group, of course.
Yes,
is where you tend to do things. So Hutton truckers only need apply. Well, look, thank you very much, and lovely to hear from you again. Right, we're going to do another rock paper scissors lizard Spock, but I'm recusing myself from this one. So on 3, you guys do it, and then somebody can pick who wins. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Lizard.
Spock.
No, Pan wasn't one of them, Flossy.
What were the options again?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock.
Tequila.
Yeah? Well, the last one's before.
Right, I think tequila wins. So, yes, there we go. Tequila wins, trumps everything.
Lizard
Commander
Spock.
Chicks. Yes, Lizard Spock.
It's
Never
Jim.
heard of it.
It's Jim. It's Lithobreaker.
It is indeed. And I'm very happy with the tequila.
I've got you again. I got you last month.
It's all right. I don't mind.
So, you were in France last month.
So,
I was.
Hang on.
I'm back now.
Hello, Amelia.
so everyone knows what rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock is, right?
No.
Yeah.
Is there not rock?
We'll do a catch up
Is
for
there
the
not
third
rock,
one.
paper, scissors, lizard, shotgun, Spock?
No idea.
I didn't see the shotgun, no.
Is this like 20-sided dice?
I've already heard of rock, paper, scissors.
Me
Do you want
too.
me to explain the rules?
Nah.
Right, well, it's easy. So
I don't
paper,
mind.
It's very easy.
Yeah, so, the usual
Scissors-
rules still apply.
Yeah.
They always say
Scissors
that.
cuts paper. Paper covers rock. Rock crushes lizard. Lizard poisons Spock. Spock smashes scissors. Scissors decapitates lizard. Lizard eats paper. Paper disproves Spock. Spock vaporizes rock. And as always,
I thought paper wrapped
rock
rock.
crushes scissors.
Yes.
Sounds too complicated.
I know. There was nothing wrong with the old version.
No, but there were too many of us for the other. Oh, well, anyway, it works better with a group. Anyway, but back to the questions. Go on, interrogate the Lithobreaker. Put the big
Anyway,
light
Jim,
on him.
see, Jim, you were in France last month, were you? Not? Or you just come back from France?
I was just getting back from France, I think, this time last month, yeah. Been over there looking at an empty field that's going to become a factory making drugs.
Marvelous.
Legal ones, thankfully.
The good kind?
Yeah, the good kind. The
good
kind that cure COVID, actually. So
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Of course, by the time
That's
the
all
factory's
very clever
online,
of you.
it'll hopefully mostly be gone away. But it's synthetic antibodies for I can't even say it
Are these
myself.
like pharmaceutical isolators?
Close enough, yeah.
Right, okay. And biochemical... What were those other things?
Biochemical doodads, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can never find those. So what have you been up to in...
Recovering from the lurgy myself, but thankfully not space lurgy, just a normal good old-fashioned snotty cold lurgy. Yeah. You been in game much? Bits and pieces. I managed to get in for 3 or 4 consecutive days of getting very unfriendly with Hutton by beating the crap out of our guys in ground combat in Operation Why Are We in This System Anyway?
LP 410-93.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, the one we lost magnificently 4-0. Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah.
Well, next time we're hoping we're going to fight for a system we ought to stay in.
Yeah, indeed. Well, hopefully that'll get me back to being allied with Hutton again.
It's a very, very nice system as well.
Yes, I might have shot too many people, and Lael got a bit upset with me, so I've had to go off and do some quests in other places to try and get back into our good books.
I've had a similar experience, except they only have 2 systems, and now I'm so... they think so little of me, they won't give me any missions to redeem myself. So anyway.
Exploration data is really good for that if they are in any stations.
Yeah, I just really can't be asked to. I think we'll...
Yeah, there is that.
Well, it's I'm almost there with them. So anyway, we're talking about what you're doing. So
True.
What else have you been up to? Are you're obviously travelling a long way to Cambridge, so you're not going to go.
Well, I would have, because I'm crazy like that, and I would have got a hotel and stayed the night. And guess what? There's one night in December that I'm already booked out and doing things.
Ooh, not wedding anniversary, is it?
No, it's not a wedding anniversary, but it is a something with the other half. So
right, yeah.
Good,
smart choice.
Yeah, we're off out to a comedy club to see a stand-up night. So
in Liverpool?
No, in Macclesfield.
Oh, right.
It is, of course, at the local rugby club. Where else would you do a stand-up night?
This is true.
Huge advantage.
Where the rugby club is in Macclesfield. Anyway, carry on.
Huge advantage, though, of doing it in the rugby club. Not only do they have a wet bar that serves all sorts of alcohol, they have a pie and chips bar at the back as well.
Marvellous. And it's easy to find bouncers, I imagine.
Oh, yeah, I think it probably is.
They have extra large bouncers to cope with the clientele. Well, mind you, the rugby guys tend to be fairly sensible.
It's great. So we've been to them
pass
a
out
couple of
before
times
they
before.
get.
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere in there. So they don't tend to have any trouble with needing bouncers.
And are you staying in Macclesfield?
I live in Macclesfield.
I didn't know that. Yes, my Mrs. Chix's father lives in Macclesfield.
Oh, very nice. Well,
yes,
a nice area.
Station Road.
Yeah.
So I can see that 21 has been out on the street dragging people off the station concourse into the green room there. Yep.
Well, somebody's got to do it, haven't they?
Well, it's one of those dodgy blokes who keeps, if I'm asking if I want to, are you interested in something really dodgy?
We're experts on dodgy blokes and strange voices over here at Hutton. Yes.
Got a room full of them, haven't we?
Do you want to do a mission of morally dubious?
Yes.
Done a couple of them for Hutton recently as well. But I can't talk about that, just in case.
No, we weren't listening. Nobody was listening.
That's all right then. But other than that, it's getting nice and quiet at work in the run up to Christmas, and for the mug.
For the mug.
For the mug.
For the mug.
Right, we have a sneaky late addition to the green room, or just came through the door while we left it open from the green room. So we're going to do a quick 1, 2, 3. Right.
Orbital nuke.
Orbital nuke wins. It trumps everything.
Only way to be sure.
Yeah, LCU, you're interviewing Volcarius.
Hello, Volcarius.
Good
How
evening.
are you today?
Very quite well, and I'm going to congratulate you on naming your provisional mockable doggy ship.
Oh yes, it's Commander Factabulous, managed to get into the top 10, and in an act of uncharacteristic generosity, donated it to Canonn. So we're very, very pleased with that. And have you been doing anything exciting in the galaxy?
Well, up until today, mostly I've been trying to calm down some of all the war states and all the systems around our part of the galaxy. Although now we're all moving into Madrid for a few more war states. Speaking of which, we would like to think that a uniquely augmented, unmodifiable Class 2 Rating B enzyme missile rack with increased caustic damage and capacity doesn't quite sway commanders away from doing the right thing, but on the other hand, shame on Epsilon Fornacis for not giving a reward. That's not good enough.
And here.
Indeed.
Certainly, the excellence is the standard in the Empire, and we would expect it of all of its factions.
Yeah, I mean, do what we say, otherwise at the next orgy, you're the one receiving the spanking. Yeah. Okay. Do you have anything else to add there for us this evening? Or
I'll keep it quick this time. So I'll say, have a great evening. Hail the Empress, and for the mug.
And thank you very much for joining us. Right, it's now just down to us to have a quick rundown of anybody else in there? No, there's nobody else in the green room now. There's nobody else wandering through, so we're going to quickly catch up with everybody from top to bottom. Who wants to go first? Flossy's turn to interview someone.
Oh, what?
Yeah, you quiz somebody. Quick, put the lamp on them.
Oh, no. Apology officer.
It's gone for a pee.
No, apology officer's left the room. Yeah.
Went to cubicle 3.
All right, Amelia.
Hello, Flossy.
Hello.
Braver than he looks.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And how are you? I'm asking you.
I'm good, thanks. Working hard lately, which is why I've had the occasional show off.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, we are doing a Kickstarter, which is fun. It's got about 10 days left, I think.
Oh, nice.
For the next RPG JTAS system. I haven't had much chance to play Elite Dangerous, unfortunately.
No, give it a proper plug. Go on, Kickstarter needs a proper plug. Go on, you have the opportunity now. Give it a real plug.
Right, a real plug. Okay, so the exceptional RPG company known as Mongoose Publishing has done a Kickstarter for the Journal of the Traveller's Aid Society, which is a bundle of books containing creatures, artifacts, places to visit, mini adventures, all sorts of absolutely
narwhals,
gobsmackingly fun stuff. And it's currently on Kickstarter. If you just put in Kickstarter and put Mongoose or JTAS, you'll find it. I don't actually have the address on me at hand.
Does it have aardvarks?
You know what? I'm gonna make sure there's something in there that resembles an aardvark. How about that?
Awesome. That'll do for me.
Or something that hunts an aardvark at least.
Narwhals.
Something that an aardvark might hunt.
Sorry?
I said narwhal. Oh, no, you go.
Narwhal. Oh yeah, the narwhal book has been done. You know, you've seen the narwhal.
But you haven't snuck a sneaky narwhal into this one as well, yeah.
You know what? I haven't actually started working properly on it yet because the Kickstarter hasn't finished yet. But I know that it's going to contain a whole host of really, really fun stuff. It's, I don't know how many people play Traveller. I know that we have our little Traveller group that is hopefully going to be continuing at some point. But if you don't play Traveller, check it out because it's so much fun, and it is a sci-fi RPG. And I make the books, so yeah, check it out. Very, very fun. But yeah, is that a good enough plug?
It sounded good to me.
But yeah, I haven't actually played much Elite Dangerous because I've been working so hard, unfortunately. But it's all good because I'm having fun doing my job.
It's good if you enjoy your job.
Yeah, and we have just put a link to your Kickstarter in the Twitch
you found
chat.
the link.
Yes, yeah.
Awesome. Brilliant.
While Flossy was grilling you intensely there, I managed to look it up.
dug into the depths of
listening
Kickstarter.
intently.
But yeah, other than that, I will just say for the mug.
Thank you for the mug.
And is the apology officer back yet? Oh, back, yes.
No, I'm still away.
Right, you've got to quiz somebody now. Find somebody to quiz quick.
Oh, God. Let me see. Who's next? Chicks, what you been up to? Okay, moving on.
I've been doing Operation Wolf Hunt.
Oh, did you find any?
Well, yeah, I found lots, but there's one in particular we're interested in. So I'm. Let me just waffle while I click on Discord. I've been helping Belwyn Darkstar.
Of course.
Operation Wolf Hunt. And they've been up and down, up and down, up and down. I think they're down to about 5%. The faction
that you want to be down at 0% is down to 5.
Well, below 2.5 will be nice for 5 days, and then they can bugger off.
Yeah.
And then when we get the right system, which is currently above 70%.
But that is...
it's an alignment of the
right direction. You're moving in the right direction.
Oh, yeah. It's all coming. I love it when a plan comes together.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been working on that in-game.
Mm-hmm. And that's so. Is that be shooty stuff or 3D stuff?
Trading missions. I tend to not bother too much with the shooty stuff when it's BGS stuff. I know some people love to kick doors in and throw grenades. Well, I must admit, a lot of the missions take you to planetary bases. You know, it's like take a squillion tons of this thing to that place. And if it's a planetary base, I always get off the ship.
Stretch the legs.
That's right. Run 2/3 of the length down your anaconda. That's not a euphemism. That's to the.
It's a python's a euphemism.
Well, a python's easy because
especially if it's purple.
It's not as long. But at least the anaconda, the exit point is sort of 1/3 of the way down the ship from the nose.
Yeah.
Up the lift, and then go and check out Pioneer Supplies, and you'll find at planetary bases they have so much level 2 and level 3 gear.
Oh, really?
Suits, weapons, some of it engineered. So I've managed to talk about all the gear and no idea. I've got level 2, 3 grade suits, weapons, everything, but I've never fired a shot in anger.
Flossy had something on her suit that she never quite found out what it was. What was that again? Something about scanning, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was the latest one of my suits, one of my the Explorer ones.
Came with enhanced scanning.
It had something about the Artemis. It had something about enhanced scanning or something like that. And I haven't got a clue what it's for.
Awesome. That's maybe somebody knows the answer, can put it in chat. If there's anybody left.
No, I don't know. It's I don't know. Not come across
I didn't notice it when I bought it.
Yeah.
It was only after I saw it.
So it's one of the engineering mods, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're doing lots of kind of planetary missions and Odyssey stuff then?
Well, not planetary missions. I'm taking stuff to planetary surfaces
and then getting out and having a look about and getting back in the ship.
Well, I'd be really going to the shop and seeing what's in the Black Thursday sale.
It sounds a bit like a little chef. When you get out and you walk in and you go, oh look, look at what they've got. A combined seat massager and soup bowl.
It is a bit like a little chef because I go in there and I go, no, I don't want any of that stuff.
Yeah. And then you go out and you go, I'll just buy one grab bag of quavers.
And you know what? You're trying to look at the stuff, and the bloody salesperson say they're rabbiting in your ear, and I'm like, will you shut up? I'm trying to concentrate and remember what I've already got. So I've ended up buying stuff, and then I go back to sell, something I don't need anymore, and I go, oh bollocks, I've got 2 of those now. It's not like a ship. It's not like the trading value is the same. You lose like 90% of the value of the damn thing when you sell it.
And you're not fabulously wealthy anyway.
Well, I know we're only talking about peanuts here, but 3 or 4 million quid when you give.
I didn't know they took peanuts. I thought it was all credits.
Give back a level 2 or level 3 weapon, But I did pick up a nice suit. What is it? the Dominator suit the other day with night vision on it, so it's something I don't
That's
have to
something
engineer.
I'd like.
Yeah.
Well, you can come and look at mine if you. I mean,
Hey, come on.
I mean, Dominator suit.
I want my own night vision. Thank you.
So it's one thing I don't have to. And so when I finally do decide to go kicking indoors and taking names, I might
You'll be ready for it. You'll be able to do it in the dark with the lights out.
Well, it's a state of mind rather than having a suit and some guns.
Mm.
You know, you've got to have that killer. Let me see your war face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's been your week then, has it? That's what you've done with your time.
Well,
but that sounds quite worthwhile.
Yeah, I mean it pushes things along, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. It definitely
and
does.
I'm waiting for the new series of Warzone, which is proper kick indoors and taking names.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah, new map coming next week.
Okay.
Can't wait. Ooh, Pacific Island map.
God, that'll be good. You'll have underground tunnels and everything in that.
Well, yet to see. Got underground tunnels in this map. But it will be no more.
Okay, sounds good.
Anyway, for the mug.
For the mug.
I'm going to interview LCU. LCU. Actually, no. We'll hang up on LCU. We'll talk to his aide de camp. Paolo there.
I'll just get him for you. Paolo! Come here. They want to talk to you. Hi.
Evening, Squire. And well, thank you for coming to join us this evening. How have you been, and what you've been up to, and that sort of jazz.
Well, I've been all right actually. Very, very, very busy with everything really. So work has been very busy, and doing lots of Canonn stuff as well. And doing stuff for Dockers.
We've seen you posting up yet more pictures of you, stroking sinuous tubers and things.
Yeah. No, I've taken a break a bit from doing my Canonn challenge, of which I'm about. I don't know what is it now? Something like 67% through it. So took a little bit of a break to go and help the Scriveners. And now, 68.9% now. So there's quite a lot of stuff going on. I had a very exciting parcel the other day. One of the Canonn guys very kindly made had a coin minted, which you probably mentioned before, and he sent me a box with about 50 of them to be distributed to various people and to be held aside for competitions and charitable events, and just to hand out to people who've been very good eggs. And I don't mind saying it's much nicer than any of your Hutton Orbital swag. It is just this thing is amazing. It's made out of real metal, double-sided, embossed, it's colourful, and it's inscribed with the home of science in the galaxy, and a little message from Dr. R. Canonn saying the bearer of this coin has proven themselves by outstanding contributions to Canonn and stellar research. This coin grants access to all Canonn facilities and discounts with gin and biscuits in any system, Canonn system. So it is a thing of absolute beauty, and this guy's really generously. Sovereign Winter, his name is. So Mr. Trick could have called it the Canonn Sovereign because it was created by Sovereign Winter, but beautiful thing. And if any of you want to own one, it would be very easy for you to get one by doing the Canonn Speed Scanning Challenge. And currently, there's only 3 people who've done it in a reasonable time, and I'm one of them, and I can't get the coin because I've already got one. So all you have to do is go to Planet, do 3 scans of 9 different types of biology in as quick a time as possible, and you could possibly win a Canonn coin if you can do it under 20 minutes, which is the current record. There's not very many people taking part yet, so it's
might have to try that challenge.
Give it a try. I'm not sure. I can't remember, but I think actually the Hutton Helper might be feeding data into our database on that one, because we have a special arrangement. So you don't have to necessarily have to use the Canonn plugin, but if it's not, you can always send me your data and we can load it up. But,
logs. Yes.
But yeah, it's an amazing thing. So we've got those. I'll probably I've been planning to take one to or send one to Frontier. So they can
just
have
don't
a
send
look
it
at
to Arf. He doesn't get the goodies. You can't satisfy him like that. With bribery and whatever else. He's got to earn them like Sally did.
Yeah, well, I suggested to them that they could maybe live stream it, because I mean, it's I've actually
it's only 20
posted,
minutes.
Yeah. Well, I've posted a route. So the route that I took, which is I think currently second place. So basically, it tells you what coordinates to start at, and then tells you what heading to go on to go and find the next thing. So you can follow that and follow my route. And there's a video of me doing it to the Yakety Sax theme tune, with LCU grizzling on about stuff. And so you can see that actually, to do it in under 25 minutes is not really all that challenging. You probably get much better times than that.
Sounds fun. We might have to post details of that up all over the Hutton pages and get a few real challenges in there.
Yeah, so there's basically up for grabs is one coin for first prize, and we've got 3 of the aluminium flasks as well that we've given out
as modelled by the Antarctic team.
Yeah. So I think Zach and Sally have both shown off theirs. But it's nice stuff. Nice swag.
Sounds good fun.
Yeah. What time are you finishing? Is it about 2 a.m.? Do you want me to carry on, or shall I mug it?
I don't know how tired I was. I think we've got a couple more to say hi to. So we probably, if you have any burning desires of extra bits and bobs, then please do. And there is no time limit on it. But if not, then you can scream for the mug and run away screaming. Entirely up to you.
I think I'll say for the mug.
Well, thank you so much for coming to join us this evening as well. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you along and filling in for the Palantir. Well, he's taking his chair up anyway. Right, who's going to interview the apology officer? Quick, volunteers. Amelia, quiz the apology officer.
Oh God, I'm on. Hello,
apology officer. Hello, Mia. How are you?
I'm not bad at all. Not bad. I have spent
just not bad.
Well, not better than not bad.
Just not bad.
I'm better than not bad. I'm
just
fine.
Better than not bad.
I will be fine and dandy and tickety boo.
Tickety boo.
Fine
that
and
is the
dandy and
term,
tickety boo.
I'm presuming.
Yeah. Yes, very much so. Well, I have spent most of this week doing community goals, doing the CG for the Scriveners.
Did you win?
Well, yeah, I came in top 25%, so I got some money for it, which was good,
Nice.
Yeah, just money, no modules.
So you didn't get a uniquely augmented, unmodifiable Class 2 rating B enzyme missile rack with increased caustic damage and capacity?
No, the uniquely augmented, non-modifiable Class 2 B rated enzyme missile rack with increased caustic damage and increased capacity. Is this week, and I haven't done that this week.
You haven't done it.
It's a bit shooty for me, so I might not bother.
You like me, you don't do the shooty, do you?
I have done the shooty. I've done the shooty in the past, but just when I'm in the mood for it, So I can do shooty. I have a ship for doing shooty, but I don't know if I could be bothered with doing shooty.
So you're not going to go for the uniquely augmented, unmodifiable Class 2 rating B enzyme missile rack with increased caustic damage and capacity then?
I would quite like a uniquely modified, a uniquely engineered, unmodifiable Class B Class 2 B-rated enzyme missile rack with increased caustic damage and capacity. But yeah, I don't know. If it's only up to 25% they're getting, I don't know if I'm that good.
Personally, I think that it was a good idea for them to make the uniquely augmented unmodifiable Class 2 rating B enzyme missile rack with increased caustic damage and capacity largely unmodifiable.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fact that it's a uniquely augmented, non-modifiable Class 2 B-rated enzyme missile rack with increased caustic damage and also increased capacity is plenty of goodness.
It is. I mean, it just wouldn't be right if they made it a uniquely augmented, modifiable Class 2 rating B enzyme missile rack with increased caustic damage and increased capacity.
Oh God, no.
Oh, for Christ's sake, give me that frying pan! Bloody hell!
I am going to say for the mug and move on with my life.
There were two more dents in there. Right, and let's go with who should we say? LCU, quick, quiz Flossy.
So, Flossy, how are you, my dear?
I'm not too bad, thank you. I did support the Scrivener's CG. I also dropped a bit of data off at this one.
You're just greedy.
Playing both sides, I like it. It's the best way.
I don't have any loyalties.
But here's the thing, Flossy. So I'm just going to cut across this one. Because this CG, though, you're not the kind of person who would actively use a uniquely augmented and modifiable Class 2 rated enzyme missile rack with increased caustic damage and capacity, even if it had the increased caustic damage and capacity.
No, I definitely wouldn't.
No.
I have been to one of the combat zones, though.
What?
Whenever there's a combat CG now, I always go to the system, find one of the ground planetary wars going on, and go into one of the bases and watch it and take pictures.
You're a
combat, combat journalist.
Yeah, I'm a stay neutral. I don't choose a side, so I don't get attacked, and I just walk in there and watch them all fighting. And
just
take lots of screenshots.
Yes. Or Brian Hanrahan.
It's quite fun.
Yeah. A bit ghoulish, don't you think? I once found a set of false teeth down a well, and it was a clay gum part, and it had human teeth in it. And I think it was probably dating from the Crimea. They used to go around the battlefield collecting teeth. You don't do that, do you?
No. Oh, I just take pictures.
I'm pretty sure Rampage collects them with the butt of his gun by removing them from the original owner of the teeth first. Yeah.
Waterloo teeth, I think they were originally called.
Yeah, it is the tooth.
Wondering what the hell he was doing down the well. As like Lassie shove you down there or something.
What were you doing down a well? What were you doing down a well in Crimea?
What's that, Lassie? Timmy's falling down the well.
What's that, Skippy? Yeah, you pushed Lassie down the well. Right,
emptying it.
Right. Well, sorry, I've just lost.
Have we run out of people yet?
Okay, no, I think we've just about run out of people.
I've also been busy this week looking after a broken Robbie.
Oh no!
How did you break Robbie?
Don't ask.
He hurt his hip. It's been bothering for a while, but this week he can't even walk on it.
Not since Flossy.
Flossy
kicked him.
You were just supposed to record that Docker script, not act it out.
That reminds me, I need to do my recordings. Yes, we both do actually. Yeah.
Well, wish him well from all of us.
I will do. Yes. Yeah, it means our mum's doing more cooking and stuff like that.
Oh dear! Just hand in the pan forcefully, you know.
Yeah. Clang.
Yep. I think we're gonna have a trailer for you next week, possibly.
What?
We got something recorded. It should be fun. Not too rude.
Not too rude. It's Dockers. It can't be. Right.
No, definitely not too.
Well,
rude.
not as rude
so-
as today's show, that's for sure. There's loads of rude, but I counted them all.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Well, Finn gets going. Yeah.
oh yeah. So, Flossy, we got any more from you this week?
No, I don't think so. I say I won't be doing the CGs because I don't like combat. So.
Okay. Well, it looks like we've got away with it. Well, not what time are we at the show now? Yeah, it's not too bad for a green room
not
week,
bad,
is it?
no,
Not
it
bad for a
isn't,
green room
no,
week.
no.
Can I make a suggestion?
What's that?
Instead of
Does
saying
it involve
uniquely
caustic damage and capacity?
Well, I was going to say instead of constantly us saying a uniquely augmented, unmodifiable class 2 rating B enzyme this Aurak with increased caustic damage and increased capacity, we could abbreviate it to OC 2 Rebemric DAC.
I think there's something wrong with Amelia's mic. Does anybody help her out?
Yeah.
I think it would be
Cutting
easy.
out, I think.
I think it might actually be easier to remember. Uniquely augmented, unmodifiable class 2 rating B enzyme missile rack with increased caustic damage and capacity.
Just some special module.
No, it's just easier to say OC 2 Rebemric DAC.
Or should we just call it a half?
No, I've got an idea. Let's call it an aardvark.
And
This reminds me
See, we
of,
had a reason to use the safe word.
Yeah, we definitely. It's a green room in David's on. Yeah, we've got a reason to use the safe word.
Right, safe word time. Okay, well, look, thank you very much, everybody, and thank you very much to our listener for tuning in this week. I'm back. I'm probably back next week as well. I have to double check. Yeah, I think I'm back next week. So I may be
2 weeks in a row. Wow.
2 weeks in a row. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, put it this way: I can't catch plague again yet, so I'm not going to. I'll try not to catch plague again. And,
well, if you want to, I'm sure I can arrange it.
Yeah. He's going to send him a flask.
Well, I was just musing. I might have a coin with number 21 on it. I'll have to check.
Oh, I have to learn that one. I might have to learn that one. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like Welsh money to me.
As long as you write it in French, it's fine. Well, look, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much to the listener. We'll be back, same time, same place, next week, approximately 20:30 UTC. In the meantime, get practicing on your Canonn challenge. And if you've got anything to tell us about what you're up to, then please do email us at itookpart@huttonorbital.com. Congratulations to our Hutton Mug winner this week. We will be in touch to try and get some details so we can send out the Hutton Mug. And congratulations to the Decal winners. We will post up all over Facebook to try and get your attention. Please do claim them. Other than that, has anybody got anything else to say?
I think Amelia might.
Just one. For the mug!
For the mug!
For the mug!
For the mug!
For the mug.
For the mug!
For the
Ladies
mug!
and gentlemen, that's the
For the
end of the show. Everybody's buggered off now, so why don't you bugger off too?
Journey too long, no cargo too small. Profit margins never really mattered at all. We're gonna take the cargo where it's needed today. Super cruising all across the Milky Way. We're taking anything, anytime, anyway. Loading up the teen out to the brim with the rest for the more. For the more, for the more, for the more. Yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the more, for the more, for the more, for the more. Yeah, everybody sing the trucker song. Flossy always seems to crash into the sun. Skibble lights the pilot on the X-Boss one. Having out the free, you know he leads us well. Trucking across the galaxy, now everybody out. For the more, for the more, for the more, for the more. Yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the more, for the more, for the more, for the more. Everybody sing the Hutton Truckers song. For the more, for the more, for the more. You know just where we're coming from. For the more, for the more, for the more, for the more. Everybody sing the Hutton Truckers song. So give me a large path that I can land on, and I'll give you cargo and sing you my song. No point 22 light years to go, cruising to Hutton, no journey too long, no cargo too small. The profit margins never really mattered at all. We're gonna take the cargo where it's needed today. Super cruising all across the Milky Way. We're taking anything, anytime, anywhere. So shout it out loud, loud. You don't even care for the more, for the more, for the more, for the more. Yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the more, for the more, for the more. Everybody sing the Hutton Truckers song. For the more, for the more, for the more. Yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the more, for the more, for the more. Everybody sing the Hutton Truckers song.